This is a, not regular. Right? Click the link. Right. Well, a few to join, I think, online. Hmm? Hmm. Share the link in this. Previously, we should have keep the timing also. Okay. Okay, let us see. One by one may join. I think one joined, I think others. Right, very good morning. So, welcome this weekend current issues. So, all hot elections are going on. So, and one part the weather, another part the election heat. Both are going. So, only from our point of view, what are the things that we can recollect, revise ourselves, be in tune with the things happening, so that it will become very easy. I can say dead easy. Okay, so that you will never forget certain things. So, regarding Kejriwal, at last, okay, due to struggle, he got the bail. Of course, a temporarily for 3 weeks, 21 days. Again, he has to back to jail. Here, what is bail? Those who are not aware, of course, most of you are aware of it. I'm sure that. So once the person get arrested on any allegation, especially criminal allegation, if the civil suits are like a torts, is only some fine will be there, may not be put in jail. But otherwise, in the criminal cases, yes, can be jailed for 24 hours, 1 day, we may say 1 month, 1 year, for a maximum of 20 years, right? The life imprisonment, all the things. So bail is a temporary relief. You can come out, isn't it, from the jail, but always follows the conditions, adhere to the conditions. Then after a few days, you have to go back. So bail is not a permanent solution. But anyhow, most of them first they will take the bail and later they will seek the permanent bail till the conviction happens. Finally, whether convicted or not is important. Mere allegation may not be. So everybody will seek in one form or another bail. But as last time we discussed, the moment ED, the Enforcement Directorate, filed a case, especially on money laundering cases. What is that called? PMLA. PMLA full form? Prevention of, at least the moment that you can recollect those things, Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Very difficult it is. So the few issues come, especially when you come to the Kejriwal or the Kavita, being an elected representatives. Now the elections are there. Do they have right to not only just vote to contest, but also campaign? A new concept arised, right to campaign. Either two, we don't discuss much on this right to campaign. So, right to vote or not to vote, right to contest or not to contest. No doubt, these are our options, absolutely our options. No one is going to force us. And these are political rights. Only citizens of India can enjoy, not the aliens. Whoever, right, crosses a stipulated age for voting 21. So, which amendment reduced the voting age from 21 to 18? 60, first constitutional amendment. Now it is 18 years. Once upon a time 21, now it is 18 years. To contest as an MP, now that MP elections are going, especially Lok Sabha elections, what is the minimum age? 25. Rajya Sabha? Rajya Sabha different. Okay. Though MP, we call Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha is an MP. Lok Sabha is 25. Rajya Sabha 30. And for MLA, also 25. And local bodies, Panchayat 21 itself. Okay, for that exemption is there. So be aware of that also. So right to vote, of course, conditions apply. Okay, even varies from state to state also sometimes. So that is one aspect. Secondly, to encourage the voters, the Supreme Court initiate the concept nota, none of the above. So at least first you can go and vote. Now it is in such a way that if nota get more votes, what is the position? See the progress that is happening. And when tried to contest, elections become, right, very costly affairs. Only few can. And recently, the Honorable Finance Minister herself says, I don't have that much of money to contest Lok Sabha elections. Okay, whether she said lightly or whatever the thing is concerned. And we can understand certain things, right? So only money, muscle power, sometimes manipulations playing a crucial role, as if talk about a descriptive point. Again, is an option. So always we discuss these two things. We never discuss anything right to campaign. Right? That means you are promoting your political party, you are promoting your candidates that you like. Now, is that a fundamental right? And being the students here, we need to understand, is it right to vote a fundamental right? Hmm? When you say this right to vote, is it a fundamental right? Or right to contest elections? Or now that campaign? Are they fundamental rights? There is an issue now also. And court clearly mentioned these are not fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are where you will find these fundamental rights? In part 3 of the Constitution, from where to where? Article 12 to 35, you will find these fundamental rights. The rights that are recognized and guaranteed. The word guarantee is there. Like now everybody says, Congress guarantees, Modi guarantees, all the word. Now that guarantee become very popular. So guaranteed. Guaranteed by whom here? By the Supreme Court, by the High Courts, right? In the form of writs. So whatever mentioned, so in the 12 to 35, do you find the word of right to vote anywhere? Not this, right? Even universal adult franchise, the concept is there in the election related articles, isn't it? Not here. So right to vote, no doubt, is our legal right. As it is recognized by the Constitution, it's called the constitutional right. Contest also. All citizens can contest. It's our constitutional right. Nowhere the word campaign used in the Constitution. Right to vote used, right to thing used. But there are certain things implied. Okay? Directly may or may not be mentioned. Like always we freedom of the individual, when say right to freedom of speech and expression, always it's also implied freedom of the press. Like this, an implications are there. So right to campaign is also implied. But they are not fundamental rights. You can't. So when they are not fundamental rights, still you approach the court. Now it's the discretion of the court to interpret. The way that interprets is important. The contextual it will take into consideration. The principles of natural justice will be taken into consideration. And sometimes it will invoke the Article 142, the Supreme Court, wherein, yes, it can create a new law when nothing, precedence is there and nothing, no law is there, and in shortly Parliament may not able to make it, then based on the principles of natural justice or otherwise called equity, a just and fairness, they will invoke it. Now the same thing, the Supreme Court came up. The number of factors it has taken into consideration and finally gave him the relief. And one word he said is, as a Kejriwal is not a habitual criminal. Okay? You don't have those criminal background related. Plus, there's no case directly against him exclusively. It's a matter of policy because the liquor scam is related to policy was made by Delhi government. That is favored to some, and the moment favored to some, there is some quid pro quo. That's in the form of money support in elections elsewhere, not even in Delhi. Then when Supreme Court questioned, even it's a party, you have not filed a case on the party. Now the ED filed a case on Aam Aadmi party. It also made the party as a part of the scam. So first time in the history of India, one political party, now that app, was charge sheeted for this purpose, allegation. So we have to wait and see how the future course will take in. So when this sort of thing happens, the quick recollections always advisable issue and do that. And of course, as the bail, always conditions are there. And here, that said is before making release from jail, Kejriwal must provide a personal bond, always be assurance, okay? That is, that has to come back. That has to be adhered to. And prohibit from visiting the Chief Minister's office, though he is being the Chief Minister, he can't. Neither CM office nor to the Delhi Secretariat. That means you can as a party person now, not as the official, and adhere to, because he is yet to resign. Okay. So it's an ethical issue rather than a constitutional issue. Nothing was mentioned in the constitutional issue to resign. So now again, it is subject to interpretation of the court. Delhi court already rejected that version. It is up to him. So what is going to be done? And not to sign even official files also, unless necessary, and where the lieutenant governor's consent is required. And main restriction is that no question of any sort of comments on the excise policy. And overall, forbidden, that is prohibited from interacting the witnesses because there's a possibility of influencing the witnesses. So he's not supposed to talk to them in any manner. So these are conditional bail. Okay, always bail follows the conditions. Okay. In a way, a relief for him till the elections are over. A trend it is. Okay, a trend setting. Because of trend setting, yes, we have to be. And for descriptive part is also very important because democracy, when they say this, of the people, by the people, for the people, all the thing is concerned. At least that elections time is concerned, they need to have. When the persons that having the criminal records and everything can contest the elections, why can't they campaign? Okay, why can't they vote? Now these issues also come into the fore. If you are in jail, you can't vote, but you can contest. Election from jail. The big question mark. Okay? Why? Vote means you have to come out and do it hitherto. Now option is saying like others exercise postal vote, we do postal vote. Future e-vote will come. From there we will exercise. Who are you denying? So all these questions are now coming more. So we have to wait and see. It is as ED pointed out, it may become president. Future politicians will take care more lightly. Already they are taking care very lightly these cases. They're least bothered about. Because finally they'll understand nothing is going to happen. They will drag on, keeping you certain loopholes in the Indian legal system. So what is going to be happening? So abuse, misuse of power is rampant, not only in India, everywhere in the world it looks like, and it is more visible vis-a-vis with others. So from the descriptive point of view, another version, okay, at least, okay, some sort of a democratic way, or otherwise the path was laid. Now you can't take any vengeance by anybody because one of the allegation of AP is that is in vengeance. And the party in power, especially the central government, the BJP, wanted to contain Kejriwal from campaigning. So, if at all that is the reality, now the court answered absolute no to that. You can't do like this. So, let's see how the twists and turns will take on this one. Anyway, in this contest, advisable to go through all this again, as we discussed previously about enforcement directorate, about the PMLA, okay, issues, right? Then one more political issue that is happening in the parties in Haryana, when the election heat is one place and three independent MLAs they withdraw their support to the government. So, what is the position? Here, as number of times I briefed you, one concept you have to keep in mind is to form a government, minimum majority is required. That's what we call simple majority. So what is this? How much is the simple majority? Half plus 1. This is the must. If no party in a position to get the majority, that's what even some are saying this time may not be. Okay. BJP hardly may, though they are saying 400. Why they are saying 400? Because survey shows they will get 200. So they double it. Okay. To motivate the people is concerned. If that be the case, the scenario, no party able to get the simple majority to form the government, we call them as hung. Okay. So hung legislature, hung parliament, it may lead to coalition or a minority system. A coalition, two or more parties come together. So when two or more parties come together and form a government, if by chance anything, if you withdraw the support after, then again it is in question. Same thing in the minority government. Though that party is not having majority, still it will form the government with the outside support. When you use the word outside support means they will not be a part of ministry. Okay, so that scenario may happen. As power politics it is, come what may, means doesn't matter, end goal is only important. If that be the case, who will take the advantage of what is the question? Now, when independent MLAs withdraw support, well, the Congress now will take advantage or just will they will wait for, isn't it? So all sort of horse trading, right, may happen, right? These all purchases. The money plays a crucial role and quid pro quos and all the things. Yeah. Generally, yeah. No, no. So, whenever the president ordered for the protest, either in the case of the coalition or minority or for the regular, first you will appoint the prime minister, then give him the time, say a week, a month like this. So before, no floor test. Even here, no, when N.T. Ramarao and the Nadalna Basra given time of 1 month. We had in 1979, then Janta government related, Charan Singh was given time of 1 month. Then later, no, Congress at that time, because you're talking about minority government. So Charan Singh is not having majority, but supported by then Congress. Then once the Congress withdrew the support, before that facing, then he resigned. And he's the only prime minister of the country who never faces parliament as a prime minister. Okay, he resigned, though continued for prime minister around 6 months. Okay, that's a different issue. This 1 month, then till elections are over, new form government, all the thing is concerned. Okay, so whenever, even when the Rajiv Gandhi government, Chandrasekhar was the prime minister, Rajiv Gandhi supported, then later withdraw the support, then the government fall, then gone for the elections. So all these issues are there. That is the reason why minority government and coalition government will lead to what you call, when the stability is in question, that is, it may lead to instability. If the instability is order of the day, what is the credibility of the country? Who will invest? All these issues will come into the fore. So that is why one of the uh, drawback of parliamentary system is that, but helpless. Wherever two parties are, like Britain, for example, though other parties are there, only two parties are dominating, either Conservative Party or Labour Party. So they don't have that much of issue. But still, now and then, within the party itself, the problem, then going for the elections in between. So that itself nature of the parliamentary system. And if any party got more seats, bumper majority, two-third majority, three-fourth majority, the concept you are seeing it already. Power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Okay. So these democratic leaders became dictators. And we have the presidents also, when the democratic leaders, the Mussolini, Hitler, if you took them, they are the democratically elected leaders. Later became dictators, led to the world wars. Okay, to satisfy their egos sometimes. Okay, this is what so all these issues are there. Anyhow, this sort of issues, though pass on, what you have to recollect is the constitutional point, and if possible, the articles relating to as well. Then, of course, one more thing, the lone voter in the jungle. Okay, this is what attracted in a way. So only one voter, still they establish the polling station. Okay, there, and that one person exercise the vote, so 100% polling, isn't it? But we have to say really kudos to the official, the machinery. Okay, taking all the steps to create a polling station for that one person, and see that that one person will come and vote also. Even that is also most important on the day, isn't it? But here one GK question suddenly I recollected, because there's a place you'll find in Gujarat, the forest, the protected Indian forest, that is, okay? And this is nothing but the Gir forest. So where is this Gir forest? Different forest issues are there. So advisable to look into the thing is concerned. So Gir National Park and various national park it is. And the Gir National Park is known for Asiatic lines. So as on 2020, because we don't have the things, around 674 lines are there in this one. And from 65 onwards, this is existing. So this sort of thing, that's what I said, when some issue come up, a recollection. Apart from this, where are other national parks? Okay. So a revision for you. And this sort of random revisions, relevant revisions, will make your memory very stronger and stronger. You remember things very easily. Okay, take care of that. Great temple also, yeah. Yeah. So there are the few issues, I think, elections on this ways. At the same time, then Telangana High Court, though it has nothing to do with the preliminary elections, disqualifies BRS MLC, then David. So here the issue of disqualification comes. Not only MLA, even MLC. Right? What for? That's one aspect. Then in what cases the disqualification will be done? All these issues are there. Okay. And not only that, even impose the fine of 50,000. So the charge is that some sort of forged signatures are there while you filing the nomination papers. There will be supported proposers are there, supporters are there, and once it is not there, real signatures. They said no, you're our person only. At the last minute, you will do that. See, you can understand this. So you can't take anything for granted. Till no complaint, nothing will happen. The moment any complaint by anybody in whatever format, law will take its own course. So there's a one thing you have to make it. Secondly, what are the cases are when an MLA or MLC or MP will be disqualified? That's what other issues you have to take. Okay, in and around. When recently Rahul Gandhi issue arise, for example, in what case? Defamation case, right? And not of defamation, he was convicted. So if any elected representative convicted for a minimum period of or maximum period, anything minimum or maximum? Minimum of 2 years there. Defamation maximum is 2 years. But here the disqualification minimum of 2 years conviction, then he will lose his membership. On that ground was done away with. Of course, later Supreme Court stay and again back, that's a different case. So if any person, any criminal convicted, then what are the other grounds other than this 2 years conviction? 2 years of conviction. Then no, that's what conviction is important. Okay, any criminal related conviction is. Other than that, if you give the wrong information in the nomination papers or not given the information properly, also you will be disqualified because we have right to information. But at the same time, recently the Supreme Court come up with things, small, petty things need not be informed. There's a right from voter. Okay, for this select representative. A new concept aroused. That also you can recollect now. In the nomination paper, you have to disclose everything. Your movable, immovable properties, your criminal track records, everything. If you are not disclosed, that is what we call non-disclosure. Also amount to whatever it is. Then other than that, what are the other areas where they will be disqualified? Very popular concept of disqualification is regarding anti-defection law. Okay, anti-defection law, the moment it started operate, then there end the matter. Okay, you know pretty well, if he resigns to the political party voluntarily, automatically he will lose the membership. He was expelled. If he voluntarily resigns to political party, he will lose the membership. If he was expelled by that party, he will not lose. MLA-ship or MP-ship, he will not lose. The reason why they will criticize their party and see that they will be expelled and they will continue as a member. Will not lose. Expulsion from the party will not amount. Voluntary resignation only amount to. But still, there's a loophole. For example, Dhanam Nagendra, he resigned to BRS, but still continuing as MLA. How? Of course, he's contesting as MP also. How? Previous thing also, same thing that happened. They submitted resignation to Speaker regarding their MLA-ship also. But fortunate for them is Speaker is not having time to look into that. So he is saying neither yes nor no. So dragging on. As in the Constitution, there is no any specific deadline. Within this day, Speaker has to say yes or no. Coolly, they are taking their own time. Till the Speaker take the decision, courts also helpless. Court will come into fore, you are right or wrong according to Constitution. If you are just silent, what it can do? Even Supreme Court raised both of it says we are helpless. The Speaker has to take the call. Only to the advice in one format and another. Isn't it? So, that's what in every law there is a flaw. And these people are making use of those flaws and making the laws as mockery. Okay? In one form and another. And similarly, when it comes to the merger, 2/3 required. And you saw no, at a time, all the 2/3 not at a time. They'll come, they'll wait till the 2/3 come, then later they will merge with that. Okay. A new concept arose in Telangana that legislative party will merge with, like last time Congress legislative party merge with, the thing is concerned. So Congress, not the Congress party, Congress is party. So without Congress party, how the question? That is still in the court. So it will take its own time, how it be. So that's how use and misuse are there. But anyhow, one aspect you have to keep in mind is anti-defection law. If any person come under this, disqualified. Other than this, because few years back it appeared in the civil's mains examination, the grounds of disqualification. 10 marks question. One more. All you have to mention, right? Otherwise, you will not get the marks. Your marks proportionately you will not get it in a way. If an elected representative failed to attend the assembly or the parliament for a continuous period of 60 days, absent for a period of 60 days continuously without prior permission or intimation to the speaker. If informed, there's a different issue. If not informed, then he will lose the membership. That point also you have to keep in mind. That's what, okay, when is issues arises, try to recollect those issues. Okay, apart from specific them as such. And one more issue is also pending on disqualification regarding citizenship. Okay. Now, recently Rahul Gandhi issue also arises. Don't allow him to contest as he is not a citizen of India. Okay. Already in one part is over and everything. Okay. Because India, we don't have dual citizenship. You should be a citizen of only one country. When the Ramesh issue arises, right, one of the BRS MLA, he took the citizenship of Germany, a business visa relative, because in Germany it is permitted. The moment you took the citizenship of the country, automatically you will lose the citizenship of India by default. That's our condition, because we will not permit that part is concerned. So that law is itself is in question, is in the court from long time. So judgment is yet to come. So the Home Ministry, Election Commission, all of the open disqualified him. But still, right now the case is in the High Court. The judgment is yet to come. Though I think he has not get elected. I think, right? Got elected again. Last elections, I am doubtful. Now that Rahul Gandhi issue is this, but right now he is not holding the dual citizenship. Once upon a time, for a time being, he is a citizen of Britain. Okay, because of some corporate, again the business related issues, but right now not. And as he has not informed, all the issues are there. So let us subject. So this sort of issues will come for the disqualification. Okay. Then another thing, the center is going to train the state police forces on new criminal laws. So what are the new criminal laws? So instead of IPC, Indian Penal Code, now Bharatiya. India means Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita is coming. Instead of CRPC, what you are getting? Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha. Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita. Okay, Nagarik Suraksha. And for Evidence Act, evidence itself is no Saksha. Bharatiya Saksha. Saksha Abhiyan. So, when they are coming into force, are they already in force? From July. 1st July 2024, they're coming into force. So, in between all the things. So, right now, till your civils exams over, existing laws only, but future. But recently, some exams are taking place in this government. They are asking from when it's coming, what the new names and all the things. Okay. These two, we don't have any issue. IPC evidence. CRPC only, completely a change. Okay. Because the procedure related. So that quick recollection of those things. Then another a controversial issue, very much an international related, the border issues coming into force. Nepal is going to print their own currency. Let them be so, right? We also done away with 1,000, gone for 2,000, now also 2,000. It's a routine matter for every country, right? When the printing are stopping, it is their internal issue. But why it become an issue for India is that, like we publish on our notes various symbols, including Taj Mahal, right? Including Hampi, right? Sun Temple. In every note, you will find one thing or the another. Similarly, now they wanted to make this Himalayas and the borders complete the borderline of the part. Once this borderline comes, the problem arises once you zoom it. Okay, if you're on the note, you will see nothing. The moment you zoom it, some areas where the disputed areas, otherwise we called it, now they become part of it. So if you don't object, that will become a de jure as per law. So the reason why India immediately objected to this. Okay. So when we said is ours, when they said this, is considered as disputed. Okay. Like POK, Gilgit Baltistan, we said is ours, but Pakistan said it is this. So is a disputed. Aksachin, occupied by China, but he said is ours. So for us, it's a disputed. Similarly, India, Nepal, we don't have much. Very rarely you will find this border issues. What is the border between India and Nepal called? Any name? There no any specific name, because most of the borders was named keeping the surveyors. But here nothing, only what river is there? River is the border. What is that river? Kali River, most of the time. Okay, most of the places the Kali River, where for them is the Ganga, the part is concerned. And if you see this, the terrain is all hilly terrain. They will change its course now and then. When the too much of rain, when the no rain, there is no difference is that. So a practical problem is arising here and there. So today I consider this a point that this become part and part of the river. So I had to come back, or I had to come. Because of this nature play, here and there we have the problem, and India-Nepal problem is that. And the territories of Limpiadura, Lipu Lake, and Kalapani, these three are in question right now. Okay, and this issue is going on from 2020 onwards. Before, we don't have much is concerned. Okay, So when this Kalapani especially is in a way a tri-junction, India, Nepal, Tibet. Like India, Bhutan, Tibet, that is China. What is the tri-junction? Start with D. Yeah? Doklam, good. Doklam, what we call Doklam affectionately? The chicken neck. Okay? Near to chicken neck. Doklam, we are not calling anything else. That is near to chicken neck or Silguri corridor. Near to, it is not the thing is concerned. So, a strategical significance it is having it. So, it's a tri-junction like this. So the crucial, if you look at the map here, like this all the Nepal. So this is the river, right? La river, the part is concerned. So Limpiadura is here, Kalapani is here, right? These are all the river, right? River course is concerned. This goes because all the hilly areas, right? So you can't say this and this. No, okay, once you are traveling any hilly area, you can understand how you will go on. The similar part, it will be that is concerned. So the issue. And India, here you can understand this, the treaty of Sagali, 1816 itself, during this British period, right? Nepal, Gurkhas rulers, they demarcated this area. And here you will find which state now? Uttarakhand. Okay, this is a part is concerned. Then Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, these two, the major, the borders part is concerned. So this Kali River flows this west of Kalapani as the main river of the Kali, originating when this originating point as Limpiadura or nearby to Lipu Lake. So the issue. But India says River Kali originates from the smaller rivulet named as Pankagad. So India's contestant is different, not from this. This is another way. So from where that originate is a question between India and Nepal as well. But because of the close rapport that India and Nepal having the special relationship, we don't have much. Plus, we don't have the army there. We kept only our Sevadal. Nothing more than that. And no need for any visa related. So because of that close affinity and special relationship and special treaty, the issue is going on. But in the changed scenario, it will be a different. Once upon time, it's ruled by the kings. They are in favor. Now the democracy, rulers will come to power. Unfortunately, they'll try to invoke emotions and passions rather than the policies. Now you are seeing in India also, it's more emotions and passions playing a crucial role rather than just the policies of the government instead of asking the interest. They're also anti-India sentiment. They want to invoke, and by this, they wish to come to power as well. So let us wait and see how it's going to be resolved in a way. Here, a quick recollection of India is having different lead person. Here, there's a Gilgit Baltistan issue, and POK is related to Pakistan, and Siachen issue is also there with the Pakistan. Then this Demchok, Aksachin, right? Then Shipikala, these are all the things, right? Barhouti relating to China, including Arunachal Pradesh. And here, this Kalapani, the wording is concerned, right? The issue, even another issue, the Susta is also there. Right now, it is not only Kalapani, Lipu Lake, and these things are questioned, but even the Susta, okay, here you'll find this one also in question mark. Similarly, recently, you talked about India Sri Lanka related issue, and what is it? Kachadivu Islands issue. But anyhow, for us, we wanted to get back. Overall, we don't have the much issue related. Lakshadweep, we don't have the major issues. Only thing is, as Maldives invoked or gave the wording in a different way, we have, and right now we don't have any issue on this. But the Gujarat, okay, the Junagadh, the issue is there. They wish to, okay, they wanted to make it up. Sir Creek Island, very much claimed by Pakistan. That's a major issue. Okay, so like this here and there, by the border problems. Fortunately, we don't have much with Bangladesh, as a land border agreement resolved everything, LBA. And regarding Myanmar also, we ourselves compromised. Once we fenced 20-meter inside our territory rather than claim. And wherever the issues are there, we declare them as no man's land. So we don't have much issue with the Myanmar and no issue at all Bhutan. Okay. So only major issue hitherto we thought of only with the Pakistan and China. And now the Nepal also coming to fore. So how the geopolitics will take the turn is the issue. Okay. Then one more, the war on entering Israel recently, because Israel attack on Gaza continues, and they launched an assault in Rafah. Even American president questioned this move of Israel, warned Israel also. General America is the best friend of Israel. Whatever Israel is doing with the support of America. So now we have to wait and see what they will do. So Rafah crossing, right? When you say a thing is concerned, is a point, sole crossing point between this Egypt and Palestinian link. It is concerned, Egypt and the Gaza Strip. So if that be the case, if it is under its control, they will stop it. If that be the case, what is the fate of those people? Already reports are saying innumerable buildings, infrastructure, everything demolished. It will take another 15 to 20 years to reconstruct. So what is the position? So that's what they're looking at all the way it is concerned. And here one agreement is also there between Egypt and Israel in 2007. As per this, when controlling the crossing is done by Egypt, but when the imports and export those are taking place, they need to take the approval of Israel as well. Right now is not a question of Egypt-Israel issue. Okay. Only thing is Israel wanted to have a complete control over that movement of the people from Gaza Strip to, that is their sole purpose rather than anything else. But right now it's under the control of Egypt. If it anyhow under the control of Egypt, how is that you will occupy that? Is a big question mark now. And this Rafah, this is what we call a land port. Okay, it is Salah al Din Gate. Okay, advisable also, and near to this Red Sea or Mediterranean Sea. So these additional bits, if you keep in mind, good enough. Then regarding Russia, Putin back again, and he took the oath of office, though he won the elections long back. And we have to let us wait and see how it is going to be. So he is now with the fifth term is in force. Now the term is for 6 years. Okay, there's a presidential term there. Whereas America is only 4 years. Even before is a 4 years only. 4 become 5, 5 become 6. Like this is continuously increased there. Is it a presidential form of government or parliamentary form of government? Russia. Is a presidential, but there's a prime minister also there. But it's a presidential government. Though the prime minister position is there, is not having that much of powers. Not even mixed. Like Sri Lanka, France, they are the mixed formats. We don't have that much. Then the other day, the news says Belarus thanked India for support to becoming full member. Is it Belarus become the full member? What is SCO? Shanghai Cooperative Organization. SC, only SC means USA Security Council. Shanghai Cooperative Organization. It is a China-led grouping. Focus on economic and security angle. No doubt about this. Initially was security. They want to treat it something like an alternative to NATO like this. But anyhow, later they have given an economic component, a Shanghai 5, once initiative, later turned into the Shanghai Cooperative Organization, with the joining of India and Pakistan as the sixth and seventh members. It expanded, and last year Iran became the member. Now Belarus is also going to be ex-president. So right now 8 countries are the members. Okay, shortly it is going to be the member. So in principle, all the member countries agreed. Okay, and India took the initiative in convincing other members. Because of that, they extended this thanks note. 2024, the summit is going to be held in the month of July, where there it is going to be formally they will okay it. Later it will take another 1 year. So next summit, they will become a member. That's a form. It will take a year. First, they will finalize. Kazakhstan. Okay, 2024, it is going to take place in Kazakhstan. So Belarus is near to this Russia border, right? Latvia, Lithuania. So once the part of it, even Poland, Ukraine, if you see this virtually, it's on the med. Yeah, you say you want to say? Yeah, we hosted. So these are all the countries of Shanghai Cooperative Organization. So China, all istans. Okay, China, Russia, if you keep aside, India, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Pakistan. So almost all 6, right? 5 istans. China, Russia, India. Now later, Iran became part of it. Okay, 4 plus 4. Then Belarus right now is an observer status. So now this observer is becoming a full-fledged number. So it will come into the member as such. So only Afghanistan is also on the cards. Mongolia, another 2 are there. We have to wait and see when they become the things. So these dialogue partners, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Cambodia, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Turkey, Egypt, Saudi also, they may be promoted observer from observer to members if that be, there's a position it is. And Asian countries and as well as the UN, they are the guest attendance as such. Anyhow, in the month of July, we'll discuss again in detail, but keep in mind this. And once in civil prelims, they pose the question of SCO RATS, RATS. What is RATS? Because one of the things security angle means they are against the terrorism. Okay. So this RATS will specifically take care of the terroristic issues that is within the grouping. So just check it, what is the full form of RATS and what is the crucial aspects in this. If that be the case, now that we are alleging Pakistan is aiding and abetting terrorists, now we are both are the members. In what way SCO come in to rescue India related? Right. Then one more thing, now that solar energy related, India surpassed Japan as the world's third largest solar power generator now. Okay, so now we became the third largest producer. 2023 itself, right? So when it come to the 2015, it is in the just ninth place. Now we're being to the third, and our target is 2030 sustainable developmental goals. And recently, even Modi says in future, all homes should have the electricity, that too solar related. So EV and also playing a crucial role now. So we are marching towards zero carbon. By which year we wanted to achieve? What India? India target, not 47. 70. 2070. That is what India's target is, 2070. So here when you say this is concerned, solar power, solar energy representing 5.5% of global and 5.8% of India's electricity production right now is that. So even towards the global and India, we are, I mean, on an average, we are even apart, but we have to wait and see the future. And definitely the future is of solar, wind, all these non-renewable sources of energy more. Similarly, as part of our Nirbhar Bharat, the ammunition too, now we wanted to do it from our end. So there's no question of imports. So one says out of 175 ammunition types, 150 we can make it here. So what's the need to import? Okay. Now this parts manufacturing we assign to private firms. They are doing, and recently Adani also entered into the group, established a factory in Gujarat. So one by one is getting. So let we also that we need not depend on the foreign countries. Even in a warlike scenario, will not be at a disadvantageous position. Plus local employment. Always when you are manufacturing our own here, this is the biggest concern. Local employment generation can be done at practice. And one more thing also, formally develop a new research center in Antarctica. We wanted to go ahead. Already we have the first one, right? Our Dakshin Gangotri is there. Okay. Then Maitri is there. The Bharti is there. Now Maitri 2, they wanted to make it up because those become old. So you wanted to make it more. Then one more thing, a positive thing, India, Sri Lanka signed the power deal. And again, Adani Green Energy is taking care of this issue. Okay. Because recent allegation always, no, Sri Lanka is looking towards China more rather than India. And China is enveloping our friends as if they're friends. So strategically is a disadvantage for India. So in this line process is concerned, but still India-Sri Lanka relations continues and signing the deal. So this is a bit towards the good steps. Then Karina Kapoor appointed as UNICEF ambassador. So what is the UNICEF? United Nations International, I for International, Children's, E for and recently, they're not long back, even civil prelims, this question they came. 90% of students ticked it wrong. And our APPSC, TSPSC, everywhere, now and then they are asking these questions, bank. Okay. United Nations International Children's Fund. E is silent. Once upon a time, E stands for emergency. Okay. In 90s, it was done away with. Emergency. So whether emergency, no emergency, you have to take care of the children. Keep it in mind that E becomes silent. United Nations International Children's Fund. So by chance we happen to go to Khairatabad from this area, on the left side, no, after metro, you'll find the UNICEF office. You can see the board there, okay, physically, okay, with the full name. So United Nations International Children's Fund. So once the brand ambassador, because now that is the 75th year of partnership with India, the UNICEF has announced this. So they want to take care of the rights of the children, their health related education, gender equality, all these issues will be addressed by them. And even Indian Constitution, we have exclusive rights for the children. Where you will find children's rights? Which articles? 21. Of course, that is for everybody. What I mean is the specific word of child, children was mentioned. Where right against exploitation, if you take care, 23 and 24 are right against exploitation. And 24 is specially for children. No child below the age of 14 should be employed in hazardous occupation, especially for that. And 23 in the exploitation, no human trafficking, all the things like we abolished bonded labor. Okay, where most of the bonded labor, nothing but the children. Okay, the issues are that. And sale of human beings, right? When the thing is concerned, all the things, okay, the human trafficking abolished. And anywhere else in fundamental rights, mention of the word child, other than this, and the right to equality itself is there. Article 15, clause 3, mentioned about both women and child. Special steps should be taken to take care of the women and child in the thing is concerned. So whenever the mains question, especially, you are writing the descriptive part, advisable to do, they'll become more authoritative. Okay, prelims may or may not be asked, but the mains, those are things. So you can recollect certain things at that point of times. And UNICEF, the executive director, Catherine, headquarters, New York, the headquarters there itself. UNESCO is different. Okay, that is where education issue comes. Then anyhow, AstraZeneca finally withdraws his COVID vaccine. Now they have to face the court of law. How the thing last week we discussed in detail. Just the information you can keep in mind. And United Nations first international conference on digital public info. Now the digital become very crucial. So on the digital public info was held recently. The two under India's leadership to harness the technology to propel sustainable developmental goals and promote inclusivity. Right? Goshi, Ruchira Kamboj, right? India's permanent representative. Then another thing, the trains not only on the land or the sea, now planning on the moon also. Okay, maybe a crazy news, right? And NASA is planning so that when the future we go there is easy for us to move. So that is hope the best. So full scale lunar railway station, they wanted to do that, and this is called float, FLOAT. Okay, so flexible levi- levitation on a track. Flexible levitation, LEVITATION, is a flexible levitation. O for on, T for track, A for on a track. On a track. So flexible levitation on a track. So this right now they are calling this float, but it's completely different from right Earth's trains. So they will utilize what you call magnetic levitation technology, operation above 3 layers, flexible film track, all the things. Anyway, in your next science and technology class, you may look into this. This. Anyhow, shortly our last class we said no Sunit Williams, right? Also going to space journey third time. Supposed to take off, but the last minute it was stopped, and she is going to. And she said now she is carrying her lucky charm this time. What is this? Hmm? Last time she had taken the Bhagavad Gita. Now, hmm? Ganesh idol. Each one, okay? That is, let us see how it would be. Anyhow, shortly it will done behind us. So at the age of 58 now, she is still able to go this. Then, now that AI become a norm, Airavat. Okay. So what is this Airavat? Hmm. So it's India's artificial supercomputer, and it's ranked 75th in the top 500 global supercomputing list, they said, right? So it stands for AI, anyhow, as usual, research, right? Analytics, okay, and knowledge dissemination platform. It's not coming in a different way, right? So we have to find out this somewhere into this concern. And already we have three supercomputers are there. Param, Siddhi, that's also a Pratyush and Mihir. So all these are right now ours, artificial intelligence related. Recently, a summit has taken place, AI Safety Summit, where a quick recollection, I think last time we discussed AI Safety Summit in London, hosted by UK, okay, in Bletchley Park in London. The summit was taken place. So once this computer-driven intelligence that behaves like a human being, right, capable of all reasoning, learning, and acting, now intruding into each and every sphere, the safety summit become very crucial because regulation. So world first summit was happened in London, and some sort of agreement we reached. Nearly 28 countries participated in the Bletchley Park summit. Is it Chat GPT a AI tool? Right? It is a AI tool, a content creator, right? Then, a step even forward, Victoria Shi, the world first AI diplomat now. Okay? So, not only in the plot, diplomat is a representative of the country in another country. Now, the Ukraine has taken the steps and pointed this person. So, let us wait and see how the things will take the turn. For all is a new things, but for the late generation, it can be done, right? So all official statements will be provided by Victoria Shi. So they are AI generated, not a spokesperson substitute, they are saying. But I don't even understand also, this Victoria Shi is based on a real person, Ukrainian singer and influencer, Rosalie Nombry, who agreed to participate in this project. So we have to wait and see how it is going to be done, how this experiment will be success. Then Diksha Dagar, again she in the news, became the first female to reach a landmark 100th events on LET. What is LET? Ladies Europe Tour. Okay, Ladies Europe Tour. So she is the golfer to play this 100 events. And she is the second best Indian after Aditya Ashok. So for two LET she won already, South African women's as well as the Czech. Then Sanjay Kumar Mishra is now heading the GST Appellate Tribunal. Because hitherto always GST Council we used to heard, if any disputes, differences that need to be resolved by the GST Appellate Tribunal. And it's the first time, right? They are creating this. And this. He is a former Chief Justice of Jharkhand High Court for a period of 4 years or at the age of 70. This is the benchmark for this qualification. So in every state, you will have these benches. So it will handle the disputes related to GST. Then, of course, another book, maybe Parakala Prabhakar authored this. I think it may be related for this Telugu states here. Essays on Republic in Crisis, the Crooked Timber of New India. A new book coming up. Then, regarding the discussion is on the freedom of the press. India ranked 161 this year, right? And when the Norway topped, even present where the war-torn country, Ukraine, is at a 79, and the worst country we thought Afghanistan, no freedom at all. That is far better than India. Okay, we don't know how it be all the things is concerned, what basis. Only below us is the Bangladesh, our neighbor. Otherwise, now the Russia, China, these are Korea. These three are the communistic or other dictatorial way they are doing in a way. Still, so one statement I read from this, there is one organization called, right, Without Borders. When there's organization Without Borders, they said there's undeclared emergency in India. So you can't criticize anybody. If you criticize the government, criticizing as if the nation, and before, Sedition Act used to be imposed. Okay? Or else ED, CBI rights will be there. So they will be in one form or the another, made them silent. So undeclared emergency, that's what assessment is. And most of the media is controlled by whom? Either Adani or Ambani, if you look at this media present is concerned. So more than 70% is under their control. So big tycoons it is. Definitely they will not say anything. So now this election time we are seeing, no, one media another, they are biased with one party or the another. So where is the question of free and fair dissemination of knowledge is also question mark. So even this sort of things taking away our own fundamental right, freedom of speech and expressions. Anyhow, these are general things required. So any doubt on this? Okay. Thank you very much for this. Then meet you next week. Bye.